thanks to the support as a channel member, Doodle McDoo. Well, we've got two massive matches today against other teams trying to get into these Champions League qualification spots. If we win them, we're pretty much there. If we don't, this season might be about to take a turn. And we are literally just picking things up where the last episode ended, which was in misery. We obviously lost a league game. We got knocked out of the cup in the semi-final as well. And now we go straight into two huge league games. We're away against Muangthong, who, as you can see, are 1 place below us, 2 points below us. And then we're at home to Buriram, who are 1 place above us, 5 points ahead of us. Once those 2 games are done, there'll only be 5 games remaining in the season. So we kind of need to get some results today, and form hasn't been great. We've not won in 3 matches. So, yeah, I mean, club atmosphere is down to average. It'll be fine. This is the team that is hopefully going to beat Muangthong. In fact, before we do that, we should probably have a look to see where the Thunderdome Stadium is. So it looks like we are relatively close to some water, although it's water that's miles away. Actually, it's not a million miles away. It's kind of the other side of Bangkok. It's as far that way as we are this way. So, I mean, this might be our closest derby in this league. I haven't actually looked to see who our closest teams are, but they are pretty nearby. And there is the stadium. What is that there? That is an impact speed park. What's that? Like racing, driving vehicles? I imagine they're not the cars that they're racing, but this is where we are heading today, the Thunderdome, and you can immediately see it's got a proper stand in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Learn how to use this. Right, let's try and grab the little man properly. And then there we go. We have got a blue circle, which I think is at the top of the stand. Yes, it is. The Muangthong United Dream Team of 2016. Is there any chance of us turning around and facing the pitch? Lots of footprints on there. Oh, there you go. There is a match going on. They've got little decorating tables. Beautiful stuff. There's not many people have turned up for this, is there? I can only assume this is a member of the club's coaching staff who's taken this picture during a training session, or it does look like there's a full match going on. But there is literally, I mean, no, there's like 8 people. I was going to say there's nobody here. There are a couple of people over that side. Obviously, we've got these 2 down here. I'm here on this seat. I've had a big snack looking at that. I'm kind of standing up, though. I'm not actually on a seat at all. But it looks like they don't get huge attendances, but it is a nice-looking ground. Let's go there and ruin it with our excellent footballing skills. And this is the team that possesses those footballing skills. It's Oke in goal, a back four of Basena, Matsumura, Muangthong and Thodsenit, Solomon at the base of the midfield, Tamba and Swingchitawan ahead of him. We're still trying to find the perfect replacement for Isomba, and I don't know if he's the guy. Glavaki on the left, Aquila on the right, Dangaran up front. If you're wondering where Yun Sang is, he's currently suspended. So we are having to be a little bit makeshift in defence, and I'm not completely sold on the midfield. So this is, I mean, it's not ideal circumstances. We are very much at that stage of the season where we've lost a really important player in Isomba. We haven't got any more foreign spots in the squad, so we can't really go out and replace him. 14,000 people have turned up for this. That's more than in that picture, that's for sure. So we're kind of just trying to cling on to these playoff spots with what we've got, whilst tentatively looking up in that league table thinking, well, you know what, if we were to win these couple of matches and a couple of other results go our way, we could potentially be in a title race. Maybe there should be some proper money thrown at getting a proper replacement for one of our star players, but we don't really have it. Is the window even still open? I think the window's still open. I'll have to double check. But I think we're probably going to be in a make-do with what we've got situation. And then I'm hoping we get into the Champions League, and that combined with my shiny new coaching badge that I've now got will be enough to tempt a Japanese club or a Korean club or a Saudi club to come and take me to the club that will finally win the Asian Champions League with, because we've really got to start thinking in terms of when, how and who with are we going to win the Asian Champions League. It's certainly been a tougher Pentagon than it is when you don't have all these extra leagues loaded. That's for sure. If you do it on a vanilla version of the game, you can't start anywhere near as low down as we've started, and it does make it an awful lot easier. But we're here for a challenge. We've got a long time still until FM26. It hasn't even been announced yet. So we're all right. We've got time. We're not going to start rushing it. It's what, middle of April? We'll probably start getting announcements for the game. I would suggest August time is normally when we start hearing stuff. So we've got 4 months before they even confirm it's coming. We'll have this wrapped up in, I mean, we've still potentially got 6 months before a new game drops. We'll have this done in 6 months, probably. Unless we balls up today, in which case I'll be less confident. Right, here you go. We've got a counter-attack going, and it's Aquila down the right-hand side, and he's immediately given the ball away. That's not ideal. Yeah. They seem quite comfortable, don't they, Muangthong? I mean, we've seen it all season long. We are very, very, very consistent against the teams in the bottom half of the table. We pretty much win every game against them, which is why we're looking so good in the league table. Whenever we play against anybody any good, we do tend to struggle. Although, I mean, we've created some chances there. And Sungachawan, I mean, it looked like he had a tap in. We've had a couple of instances where we really could and maybe should have taken the lead. And I hope that's not going to come back and bite me. We have a free kick here. Fruglovaki, just after half-time. Aquila's been fouled there, surely. The referee's given a penalty. And this is a huge opportunity for us. Oh, don't mess me around, VAR. Right. Tension. Is it Aquila to take? No, it's Tamba to take the penalty. Tamba to step up. Go on, please do a football. For goodness sake. Sometimes the game just turns on you, and we're very much in one of those runs at the moment, and I can't even blame it just being the game randomly turning on me, because it does coincide with Isomba leaving, who is it? I mean, he was an absolutely key player for us, and we've just not replaced him. And it might genuinely end up costing us, because it's, I mean, I don't know if it's directly responsible for the chances that we're missing. Maybe he would have taken the penalty. He certainly would have been better placed for the tap in that Sung Chitawong missed. And we just generally would have been playing better, higher morale. It's odd how such a small thing, selling your best player, can make such an enormous difference as to how the rest of the team plays, but it really does. And yeah, I feel like I'm getting my excuse in early, but when you've missed the amount of chances we've missed, including a penalty, I've played enough Football Manager to now expect Muangthong to come and score at the other end. And there we go. There's patterns to this game, aren't there? And today's pattern is not a happy pattern. Right, we're going to go attacking. We've got 40 minutes to try and drag ourselves back into this, but we just don't look like scoring. And now it's Muangthong on the attack again, almost immediately. Right, Dangaran has got a chance for a counter-attack. There are players ahead of him. Dangaran is moving painfully slowly. He's released Aquila, though. Aquila's just got one man to beat. If he can get round him and get his shot away, he can't. Has he won a penalty again? We have won a second penalty. Please don't miss this one as well. Come on now. Is this one going to be given? Yes, it said it was a dubious decision. I thought we weren't getting it right. It is Tamba stepping up again. Balls of steel on this boy. Oh, he went the exact same spot as well, and the keeper went the same way again. But this time, Tamba does manage to squeeze it past him, and it is 1-1. And let that be a turning point. That was almost an identical penalty to the one that he had saved before. The confidence he must have in his own penalty-taking ability to go and just redo the exact same one and be like, well, the keeper's not going to get it this time. I'm very happy. I might not look it because I'm still very scared, but I am very happy. Glavaki, this is a good run from him. He's got Dangaran just inside of him. He can find him. He's actually looking for Aquila at the far post and can't get to him. But we're creating stuff. I've been saying it all season long. We need that prolific striker that we just don't have. And that is the kind of missing piece of the puzzle here at the Gamecocks. If we could find a Jardin, we can't get Jardin himself because he wants too much money and doesn't want to even discuss terms. We've given away a penalty now. Sun Chitawong, he's not doing everything he could to endear himself to me. Mr. Sitter, already trying to replace our best player. Mr. Sitter has now given away a penalty, and now we need Oke to do the business. We've already seen one penalty saved at the other end, and we don't see one at this end. We're going back to attack him. We demand more again. This is a frustrating game of football we're in the middle of here. Can we have a third one? I feel like we deserve another go. There's been some dubious penalty decisions. I would like an additional dubious penalty decision, but this time for it to go our way, please and thank you. I mean, I guess this does confirm we're not in a title race if we mess up here, which I didn't realistically think we were anyway, but it would have been nice to be able to pretend for a little bit longer. Right, Athmani's going to come on in midfield, the closest thing we've got to a replacement for a Somba. So we're going to get him in there. We've got Muangthong coming on the right-hand side as well. Akila, after winning 2 penalties, has just been kicked off the pitch. So he needs a little bit of a rest. We're going very attacking as well. And right, Tamba is tiring. Satarak comes on for him. We'll also bring on our more attacking option at left back. And please go and do an equaliser, chaps. We're throwing everybody forward. Has anybody got anything for me? There's not been a highlight since we made the tactical changes. So once again, going very attacking is as good as going park the bus, because it just stops highlights from happening. Brilliant. Well, that wasn't ideal, but it's also not disastrous. It's a narrow defeat in the away game of the two. If we can get something out of our home game against Buriram, we stay in the top 4, and that is the goal. Top 4. We were never serious about trying to win the league. Let's beat Buriram. Well, I guess you could argue I've just done some panic signings as the deadline closed between the 2 matches, but I think we've actually done some pretty good business. If we start off with who's left, a few players have gone out on loan. We sold Wong Chai to Suphanburi for 40,000, and we also signed our starting striker from the last match. Dangaron has also gone to them for 190,000. We were able to let him go because we signed a proper striker. Ghislaine Nassam is a Cameroonian international, 20 years old, 2 caps for Cameroon already, 4 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. I think he's my striker that's going to score all the goals that I was asking for before. So he's in. And we've also brought a bunch more foreign players in, which has meant we've had to then bring in some Thai players and do some squad shuffling around. Santiago Gonzalez is my Esomba replacement, central midfielder. He's Uruguayan. We have promised to bring in another Uruguayan player. We haven't, so he'll be upset soon. We'll fix it in the next window if we're still here. £250,000 to bring him in. We've also signed Skrive Mwamba, who's a Congolese right back, 19 years old, very, very attack-minded right back. I think he's going to be very much my kind of defender. And with those 3 foreign players coming in, it's meant our 2 starting centre-backs, who've been with us all season long, who are both foreign, have been moved down to the reserve team. We want to get rid of them both. But Yun Sang and Matsumera are no longer registered in the squad. We've binned them off, as well as Athmani, the original Isomba replacement. They're all down in the reserves and not registered in the squad to make room for the 3 new boys. And as a result, we've brought in a couple more defenders. So Suksayam Chayawong is a 23-year-old Thai international, 2 caps, 1 goal for Thailand already. He's a centre-back, 3 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential, was at Bangkok United previously, also spent time at Buriram. He played regularly for them both, and they're regularly both title challenging teams. So I think he's definitely the right kind of caliber for us. And Pongsakorn Thasuk, or Pasuk, I'm not sure. He's only 5'9", not ideal, but he's 23 years old and Thai. He's not really good enough to start, but he does make up for the numbers. And played a full season in the top league last year, but got relegated and has been playing regularly for Lamphun in the league below, as well as a team that is pushing for promotion back up to this level this year. So lots of ins, lots of outs. We do still have some spensies left, even after all of that shuffling players around. We've got a lot less strength in depth at centre-back than we had before, but I think we should be much better going forward. And with all of those changes, this is what our new look team looks like. So still with Oke in goal. Baseda now becomes the more defensive of the 2 fullbacks, because Mwamba is going to come in, and rather than us having a defensive fullback on at right back, we've got a proper attacking wing back, like you know I love. That allows Thod to move over to play centre-back. He is a natural centre-back. So he, after playing right-back all year, can move over to play centre-back, where he'll partner the new boy, Chayawong. So we've got the 2 Thai players in the middle now, with the foreigners as the wing-backs. Solomon's going to be at the base of the midfield. New boy Gonzalez coming in on the right-hand side, but we're switching that role to make him the playmaker on the right of the midfield three. Tamba, who has been the playmaker, still going to play on the left-hand side of the midfield, but he's now going to be our more attacking option as the Mazala. Glavaki stays in on the left, Aquila stays in on the right, and then new boy Ngassam is going to be up front. It's quite a big ask because the team we're playing, there you go, we've taken team cohesion back down to poor. Buriram are now top of the league, so they are in very good form. We haven't won now in 4 games. We've also just sold our club captain and top scorer, and got rid of our starting centre-back partnership. So you could argue somewhat of an overreaction based on the fact that we are having a season where we're massively overperforming. My counter argument to that would be, yeah, but what if? What if they're all awesome? What if this is a bunch of players that take us from thinking of clinging on to the top 4 to actually, let's have a late push for the title, or let's do it comfortably, or ultimately, let's just end the season well and then get me a big job for next season, which is kind of the priority. Unless, of course, we do look really, really, really good all of a sudden. But I am forever thinking of that, yeah, but Kev, remember scenario of with the Champions League, you can only have 5 foreign players in your squad. So even if this does end up being a really, really great team, the entire midfield are foreign, the entire front 3 are foreign, both the fullbacks are foreign, and the goalkeeper is foreign. The only starters that we've got who are Thai are my 2 centre-backs. So even if we were to get this team into the Champions League, this 11 couldn't play in it. So I think it probably is a case of finish as high as we can this season and then try and jump ship to Japan. Japan seems like the obvious one. I think Japan's probably got, with that homegrown rule for the Champions League, Saudi Arabia less tempting because there's not that many good Saudi players to work with, although you can get a much higher caliber of foreign player. So if you get the right 5 foreign players, I guess you make a big difference that way. But I think Japan has probably the best player pool of any of the oh, that's an annoying goal to concede. Maybe it's offside. But yeah, I think the best player pool is probably Japan, maybe Korea. So I think we probably look at jumping to one of those 2. I'm thinking, ideally, like a mid-table top-flight Japanese team, 2 or 3 years to win the Champions League with them, and then we can tick Asia off and I guess head to Africa. The other option, of course, I'm not married to doing Asia first, although every job we've had so far has been in Asia. If we get to the end of this season and I can get a good job in probably South Africa or Egypt would be the 2 that I'd be looking at. But if we can get a good job at a top flight club in South Africa or Egypt, I'm not against jumping down to Africa, winning a Champions League there, and then going and doing Japan afterwards. So we could have a real big move ahead of us if the season ends well. And that is the big if. I mean, the impressive thing here, I guess, our new look team doesn't look out of place against the team that is currently top of the league. We are holding our own against them, but we're not winning. And I think with 5 games to go after this, obviously we need to win them all, including this one. So if we are seriously going to try and win the league, we've got to win this game here. But I don't think we are seriously trying to do that. We're just trying to finish top 4. And I think the form we've been in, with a little bit of decline currently going on and some new players now in the team, I imagine a draw here is actually a pretty good result for us. And then we hopefully go on and win our last few matches. There's the ball over the top, looking for the run of the new boy. It ends up with Glavaki. Glavaki has got players to pick out. He goes in alone. It's hit the inside of the post. Oh, my word. We've had some chances across both of these matches that we've seen today. We've had some chances. We've been the better team here today, but we just can't make that breakthrough. Right, Aquila's going to come off. We're going to bring on nobody. I mean, I guess we could put Mwamba forward. Mwamba can go forward and play on that right-hand side. And then we can bring Muangthong on to play right-back, which is what we signed him to do when he originally came in. So Mwamba moves forward. We're going to bring Bunchen on up front. And we're also going to bring on Sun Chitawong in midfield. Swap though. Actually, no, we will leave him that way around. And see if we can, I mean, I think we've probably weakened the team by making the changes. We've taken off several of the new boys. But can we somehow make a breakthrough. Glavaki, he's our best player by miles at this point. He's done really well again there. Can he find the cross? He cuts it back to Shuntutawong, who plays it across to absolutely nobody, but it falls to Muangthong. Muangthong shoots from range, and I mean, it's not a goal scorer that I expected, but Muangthong has put us 1-0 up. 20 minutes to go. Can we hold on? This would be an absolutely huge result if we could, because it does put us right in that mix. I mean, if you have a look at the league table, it puts us 5 points behind Buriram, who we're beating now. We are looking up and not down if it ends like this. Glavaki is shattered. Narula can come on for him. Basena can come off as well. Happy making some... They're positions that regularly get changed. Neither of those two on the left make it to the end of a match very often because we've got very good backups for them. But Thodsenit, playing centre-back for the first time all year long. He's only done a 6.1, but I haven't noticed him look disastrous in there. So hopefully he can just slot straight over, and it makes the loss of the other centre-backs less hurty. That's what we're looking for. We always want things to be a little less hurty. Narula's in, and he can't apply the finish. There's still like a minute and a half of added time at the end of this match. The cross comes in looking for I think that was Mwamba, the new big boy at right back who's currently playing on the right wing, but we have picked up a huge win, all thanks to my panic transfers. We are very much in this, and we play the Raging Mackerel next, who need to beat us to kind of stay in the league. But now we're just looking towards the end of the season. Port, Chiang Rai, Chonburi. So Port, Chiang Rai. We're probably going to come back for those final 2 games of the season. I think that's probably where we wrap the season up, because we are at the moment in a situation where we could win the league, we could get in the Champions League, we might not do either. There's still more excitement to go in this season, so we'll be back for the final couple of matches. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.